Hey everyone, so I'm sure you guys must know by now that tomorrow the servers are going down for Street Fighter V. We'll be getting our next update with a new stage and a bunch of costumes, but more importantly, a giant balance patch coming to every single character in the game that I'm sure is going to really shake up the meta. Some of these characters have like wall scroll notes and some of them are really short, but every character nonetheless. So really interesting. A huge surprise, literally came out of nowhere. And the first year of this game we got like no notes, and then the second year we got one, and now we're getting like mid-season patches. So we'll see what it's like in the future for this, but really crazy. So I guess Capcom felt like they need to balance the game further right away before they do take these pro players by surprise mid-season and maybe even late season. So in this video I'm going to give you guys my quick thoughts on these notes in general, and then we'll go through them more thoroughly in the future, of course, on the YouTube channel. On my stream tomorrow, we'll be going through the notes with the game in our hands and checking out some of the new combos and stuff that's been added, because, I've glanced over these notes. I haven't went through them too thoroughly because, there's a lot of stuff I need to test for myself, and we simply just do not have the patch out yet. So I'll wait till then. So make sure you guys check out the stream tomorrow if you guys would like me to go through all the notes for that session, and then, of course, I'll do it in video form in the future. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about just the general universal changes, and then changes that I'm seeing consistent among the characters, and then I'll give you guys my general thoughts on buffs and nerfs. So let's start with the universal changes. The first thing, this is official universal changes, is Capcom has changed the crush counter scaling. So it says, added to the combo scaling when a crush counter has been triggered. So we know from the start of Season 3 that Capcom has already started nerfing a lot of the crush counter combos. So they're making sure that some characters, such as Urian, for example, won't get as much a crazy damaging dashing combo, for example, and other crush counter combo rewards. They're trying to tone it down and make it not, especially in the neutral where there's a lot of risk and reward issues. Balrog got hit with this as well, with this standing hard kick. And I guess Capcom felt that it's not enough. They have to go like even harder on this, especially from uppercuts, invincible reversals, recovering. I guess Capcom felt like they're just getting too much damage from it. This will be interesting because now we're gonna be, when it says added combo scaling, I'm going to assume it's an extra 10%. Like it's just gonna be another hit on the scaling, such as when you activate when you convert from a V trigger combo, for example. So we might be getting to the point now where people might not be using crush counters all the time for damaging invincible reversals. We already are at that point. Some combos actually do more damage. So we'll see what happens after this change. But yeah, I guess Capcom really wants to go after crush counters at every angle, whether it's for punishing or for using in neutral. And I don't think Capcom will ever change the priority, the strength priority in the game. Otherwise, it would just mess up the entire game how it's designed. So just go after crush counters. Okay, another thing, this is the only other note that they said officially for universal changes. It says, change so that if the throw escape command is entered at the same time as a special move upon getting thrown, the throw escape will not be performed. So I'm not too familiar with, this is specifically for option selects, but I'm not sure of any OSs that use this. At least I don't know of. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments if there's something I don't know, but there are certain moves in the game that if you input it with a throw, special moves, you input with a throw, your throw input won't come out because you're doing the special, but if the opponent tries to throw you out of those moves, you'll still be able to detect the throw. So Capcom's just getting rid of these niche like option selects, and they've been doing this every patch basically. So I'm not sure it's a big deal, but unless there's something I don't know, some crazy OS. So that's it for the official universal changes. Now I'm going to list some changes that I've noticed across the board for a lot of characters. So another thing is throw loops. So Capcom is once again getting rid of the throw loops. It's kind of funny because they tried getting rid of all of them in Season 3, but there's still a bunch of characters that still had them, and Capcom is trying to get rid of them for good. So I think they finally got rid of all of them now. They've done this by adding more recovery to certain throws, or simply changing the distance so your character can dash in and throw them again. Sakura had a throw loop. I'm sure they got rid of it. Ken had a throw loop still. I don't know how they got away with that. Oh yeah, Ken's movement speed messed that up. They didn't put that into account. Abigail had a throw loop because, why not? And there were some other characters too. So throw loops for now should be completely gone from the game. But with that, Capcom has compensated us again. So at the start of Season 3, Capcom raise the damage and stun on certain throws. They're doing that again. So throw damage is even further scaled up, and stun. So throws will be even more dangerous now than they have already been. I think the reason for this is that, well, for one, it's to compensate people for losing the throw loops once again. But another thing too is that I think Capcom just doesn't like the idea of pro players taking throws. So if you guys been keeping up with the meta of Street Fighter V, how's been going with pro matches and stuff, there are literally moments where pro players will just sit there and take the throw because it's the safest option. This usually happens when they have a substantial life lead, or they will lose the game if they get shimmied, because shimmies are so dangerous in this game because your throw recovery is so slow that getting hit by something will just kill you. And it's better just to take the throw any day, and you'll have moments where, because some shimmies are just so hard you have to guess, right? So what they're doing is they're just literally down backing, and they're like, you know what, if you're going to throw me, because I don't want to get hit by an upside down kick from Guile and lose half my health. And Capcom's like, we don't like that. We don't like that meta of people getting thrown. So they're going to make throws even more dangerous and make you be like, man, maybe taking a throw is not a good idea either. So kind of scary. Kind of scary. It would be nice if they had some more defensive options though. But yeah. Another thing, just a small little thing, I noticed that some overheads are now -8 from -6. Making some of the overheads even more dangerous. They're mostly going after characters with long-range overheads such as Alex. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So Alex's overhead is pretty far range, but I mean, come on, man, it's Alex. So he went down to -8. I think Urian too, his overhead went to -8 as well. So yeah. Another general change is V reversals. So V reversals have been normalized, and I'm using the word normalized, the NRS term, because that's just the best way to describe it. Some V reversals got nerfed and some unchanged, and the way they're trying to do is they're trying to make all the V reversals, the ones that hit you, more or less the same between all the characters. They don't want some characters with good V reversals and bad ones. It looks like a lot of them, they're trying to get them all to the 17 frame startup. If your characters start up on their V reversals faster than 17, most likely got nerfed down to 17. They also changed the blowback distance, so the distance that they knock the opponent. I don't know how far it is because the patch is not out yet. And the distance after they block your V reversal too, I don't know if they made it close. I think they made it further, so you're not as close. But I gotta check that again. So V reversals got changed. And then finally, light attack anti-airs. I know you guys love this one. So light attack anti-airs once again have been nerfed even further, guys. But I think this is specifically for cross-ups, because I mean, seriously, you can't nerf them anymore, guys. You can't. To the point of like when you press a light punch, it's not even gonna hit the opponent, okay? So they lower them even more, and I think that's literally to stop cross-ups, or stop people from being able to jab you out of your cross-ups, is what I mean. So we'll have to test that out, to see it, to believe it. But I think that's the case. A lot of characters, standing light punches, even the ones that don't really get used for cross-ups. So that's about it for the general changes that I've seen at a glance. So be sure to let me know in the comments below if I missed anything. And then now let me give you my quick thoughts here. So a lot of people ask me right now, like, what do I think of the patch overall? And it's just really crazy. I think it's a little too early for a giant balance patch like that, but I don't think too many people are complaining about that. I think what people are complaining about right now is that certain low tier characters have received some nerfs, but I can't really comment on that because I need to check it more. But because the thing is, you can't look at it in a vacuum, because some of the top tiers got nerfed as well. So a top tier being nerfed kind of helps the low tier characters move up generally, right? So you have to look at the big picture, basically, is what I'm saying. I really do think Capcom is going to be releasing more patches this season anyways, in general. The biggest buffs that I've seen for characters, or at least the most amount of notes, I've seen a lot of changes for Zeku and Sakura. Of course, Sakura, I saw this one coming a mile away because she's supposed to be a popular character. Zeku, man, come on, man. Zeku had like no notes at all for this patch, so that's good to see him there too. And some of the top tier characters, new top tier characters I should add, are getting some buffs as well, such as Minot, which was really surprising, and of course even Cammy got some buffs. So that was really crazy that I've seen that, and I'm gonna have to look at everything tomorrow. So what I think is, we don't know exactly when Capcom decided to make this patch. Like, when did they decide? When did they finalize everything? because was this before Final Round? Was it before NCR? Like, obviously, because we've seen so many camis and even of the rise of Monots in Final Round and NCR. So maybe this was already decided and Capcom didn't anticipate so many these characters being used, because you would figure that a big part of this balance patch is to make sure that we're getting the biggest diversity of characters, at least in top 64. Like, where are the reuse, man? Where are the Eds? Where are these characters? They don't exist. Zeku, you know, even Jury. I mean, Infiltration showed Jury once, and even she looks like she received her nerf as well. So, I mean, it's really interesting. I'm really curious on what Capcom, what their goal is with this balance patch. Like, are they want a bigger diversity in online matches, in tournaments? Like, what is it, right? So, yeah, really weird. But overall, yeah, I mean, my opinion on it is that I'm not too concerned about it, because I'm just sure Capcom's going to patch the game again. So it'll be something temporary. It's definitely going to shake things up, and a lot of pro players are going to relook at their characters or relook at their old characters that they switched from and see if there's any potential back there, for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my summarization. I'm sorry if this video was a little too long. I wanted to be a little shorter, but we'll be going through this, of course, in more depth, character by character basis. And once again, check that stream out tomorrow. So, of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. The patch notes are out. You can check them out on Capcom Unity or on the CFN website. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. And of course, like the video. It really helps out. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted when this patch is released. So, till then, guys, take care.